Welcome to episode 121 of Curio, another weird news episode. This week, we're talking about the Minecraft movie Mayhem, the Rizzler's newest collaboration with Nintendo, and can Rob afford a bidet? The three of us, all in a room together, a virtual room, but a room none the same.
What happened there?
I don't know. I was like, for some reason, doing gun actions because that's how you celebrate three people being reunited again.
Like cowboys shooting into the air.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Like
Well, I went for like an Uzi.
Weird news stories.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, you guys have been all over the place. I've been here waiting for you guys to get back. But
Just sat right there in that chair the whole time.
yeah. Rob, you've been off to India. George, you've been off to a few different places.
Namaste.
Namaste.
How was it?
It was the bollocks, yeah. Yeah, mine was excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was very enlightening. All my chakras are now aligned.
It was a very spiritual trip.
I mean, not massively, but yeah, more so than not, I suppose. We did a lot of yoga.
What would you say is your strongest chakra?
I don't know anything about the chakras.
I've never actually considered that chakras, like, I've heard people say, oh, your chakras are aligned or whatever.
Yeah.
Never actually considered what they were.
No.
Or like that they're, I just thought it was some, well, all words are made up, but some made up thing. Like, yeah, what's a chakra?
It's like energy centers, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I should have guessed it'd be some bullshit like that.
But like, when they're aligned, that's good. Whether or not you have one that's like your better I don't know if that's a thing.
Well, what do you think is your strongest chakra, Rob? You know, as a confident man as you are.
Well, as I couldn't tell you specifically what one of the chakras are, I don't think I can tell you what my strongest one is.
Maybe it's down to you to choose your own chakra.
Mine's probably gluttony. I think.
I'm not sure that's a chakra. I think you have like your heart.
Chakras.
You have like your heart.
There was a
chakra.
film.
Look at this guy. He says, "I don't know anything about chakras." Now he's
like
poo-pooing glutton.
And then you have like maybe like I don't know.
My strongest chakra is probably my lower intestine.
You have a chakra.
Is it a powerful chakra?
Very powerful at times. Yeah.
So how long has this been? And we're already talking about
Oh yeah,
digestive tracts.
about less than 2 minutes in, I think.
All right.
Well, that's that timer stopped.
That's
now.
probably not even record time.
Nah.
I think we've probably started
not
and gone
record
straight
time.
into poo instantly. Speaking of which, how are your how's your poos been in a completely different foreign land? Did you come across any hole in the floor toilets, Rob?
Yeah, they're about. I mean, they're even on the train. But you had the option. There's both. So I guess they know there's Westerners travelling about. But generally as well, like they all have the hose. Even the thing in the floor, you're far more likely to find the hose than toilet paper.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm into the hose. As much as I didn't love touching the hose, because that seems like a madness. But then I guess you're washing your hand immediately afterwards. But like, I really
is the floor wet?
No, surprisingly not.
Is it like because I imagine if I'm hovering,
But it's so
pooing
hot
into a hole,
and dry.
and then I've got a hose off, I'd be getting it everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I don't really understand, how you don't do that. Yeah. Like, I tried it a couple of times, but like, I mainly tried it in a hotel because I thought, well, if I get fucking, I'm going to get my techers down here and I can wash my hand. And if I get my clothes all wet, it doesn't matter. I'm in the hotel, right? So I'll give it a go. And those didn't feel too mad to like touch, But yeah, I guess you got sort of, these were like with regular toilets. So I get it more with that because you can sort of aim it into the toilet in a sort of backwards. But then I still got it quite wet, the toilet behind me.
Yeah, it's the thing. So I was going to say, because when I
We can say
had a
really stupid
stopover
to anyone that's a regular hose user.
Right,
Like, it's probably really obvious.
I think hose users are weird. In my
This is
personal
like
opinion.
Demolition Man when he's like, he doesn't know how to use the free shells. Like, he doesn't know how to use the hose.
But
I was in Qatar, right? I had to stop over in Doha on my way back, and I went into the toilet, and it was just a regular Western toilet. I don't know if that's the right term, but just like a standard toilet, but also with a hose.
Standard armated shanks.
Standard armated shanks. Yeah. And
Quail Saram.
Excuse
Other
me.
toilet brands.
And this guy came out of the toilet. Off he went in there, just water everywhere, like all over the toilet. So if I wanted to use that toilet,
he clearly didn't know how to use the hose. That fella, he was not a regular hoser, but he thought he was basically like me. I thought I'll give it a go, but he got brave in the airport.
But then it ruins the toilet for me. Because what am I supposed to go in if I want to just? But
you can't use that to judge the hose.
Well, I've judged it.
Because everywhere else, where if it was a regular hose use, obviously that doesn't happen. He was an inexperienced hose man.
Maybe.
Or you think it's always like that?
I think maybe they're very blasé. These hose users, because they in their mindset they're not using the toilet seat or toilet paper.
But they might think the same about if they came to a standard Western toilet in a standard Western airport. Like, if they're flying through Heathrow and some guy's pissed all over the seat.
Of course, that's even worse.
And the sink, sometimes you get to the sink and you're like, why is there just like a bunch of wet tissue there and like it's plugged full of chewing gum? They must think these guys don't even know how to use their own toilets.
Slash the hose, yeah. And also, but I think surely generally the hose is better. Like you're way cleaner.
But then you're wet. What'd you dry off with?
Well, I think the combination is the one. The hose is there. You sort it right out with a hose, and then you have like one wipe just to sort it out.
Paper towel.
Just to dry it, essentially. But also,
wash and dryer combo.
It confirms. It's like the confirmer, isn't it?
How about if the hose has got all the toilet paper wet? In my situation.
But that's not. That's also not like you're not an optimal hose user at that point. Like once you've got the hose and you understand the hose technique. Then I think it's better.
Sorry, Brad.
or are you like saying that the bidet is really the optimal scenario?
I think in that situation,
the bidet probably is the optimal.
Yeah.
I've never actually used one.
I got right on the bidet at my mate's stag do. There was bidets in every toilet and not a lot of toilet paper. There's like 15 lads all shitting. Portugal.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like obviously everyone's out there heavy drinking.
Was the bidet built into the toilet, or is it its own little separate thing next to it?
Separate thing. But yeah, I bideted every single shit when I was there.
Did anyone shit into the bidet?
No one did shit into the bidet. Not like in betweeners. But yeah, and I was I left that holiday convinced that the bidet is better than not having a bidet. Like it's way better. Like you just get straight in there, get involved, and then you have ideally there's a little bit of toilet paper left so you can dry off, but there was like by day 3 I think there was no
you
toilet
should invest in you can get it built into your toilet at home.
My ideal
Japanese toilet
plug-in thing, and then it uses like the same water the toilet does and straight up your ass.
Look,
that's my dream one day.
At the end of the
bidet, they're not that expensive either.
As if they're not that expensive. Well, you don't think like a robotic like
super?
They don't need to be
computer-
robotic. You can get one that's just like literally just a water squirter that like attaches to your toilet seat or like the back of your toilet, and then you just press a button and it sprays it up.
I'm not sure I believe that because the sort of seat scenario. Well, no, I do believe that. I believe that exists, but I'm more confused about how again your techers would be, because with the bidet, I don't think you haven't got like a toilet seat, have you? You just sort of get right involved.
I think you need to sort of like find the range. Like you maybe like have a few sprays and you're like, oh, a little bit up, a little bit down.
Right.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
And then you can program it like, okay, this is where Rob's bumhole goes. And then for your guests, they can have their own settings, or like everyone in the home.
Programming. We're putting programming into this.
I think you can. If not, Curio Bidet is coming out soon. Because
you get like a laser sight on there. And like, look, lads, at the end of the bidet, we can all agree they're not for everyone.
Did you say at the end of the day?
Yes, he did. It's like, yeah, fucking cunt did. Don't. I was going to just not acknowledge it, just carry on. I thought it'd be better just to completely ignore it and carry on.
I had to get it out of my system.
At your cistern.
Hey!
That was better.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking hell.
All right.
I've just found
that was a
one
tap
for-
in, that was.
Rob, I've just found one for £15.98 on
No
Amazon.
way. No
Yeah.
way.
I'm gonna put it
Send
in.
it over.
How does it generate
I'll
the
report back.
pressure, though? You know, because I'm guessing you need quite a lot of pressure to properly clean your
That's a
anus.
great question.
I haven't done any
What?
further research than just look at the
What?
picture,
That looks mad.
but it just like comes out.
£15. There's no way that's good.
But it's just proof of concept that it does exist
Right,
for a
yeah,
reasonable
okay,
price.
so I
like,
could-
okay, if there's a shit one for 15 quid, then there's probably a
I
really
understand,
good one
yeah.
for like 60 quid or something.
Yeah.
So if this is your you said this is my dream one day. It doesn't
Yeah,
take
okay.
that much
Yeah,
to
true.
achieve your dreams.
Do you think you need a plumber to install? I mean, in optimum level.
Nah, I'm pretty sure I saw this on Dragon's Den latest season where these people. Yeah, I remember now. These have existed for a little while, but these guys went on Dragon's Den. It was a couple, and they had basically like branded one. They're just drop shipping. They bought it from AliExpress, and then they just like put their logo on it and sell it. But their selling point is that they had invented a portable bidet. And it's basically like, it looks like a flask. Like it looks just like a normal like flask of water. But at the end, it has like a pressurized spout type thing. So if you're out camping or you're on, the T Aurora Trail or something like that, and you want to bidet yourself, then you can you go for a little shit, you squat down in a hole, and then you want to bidet, you just you spray like a little spray of water.
I think that's quite a luxury out on the trail.
I didn't have any of that.
That's
when
a
I was out
luxurious use of water in it. You wouldn't. Oh yeah, Jules, you can tell us. You wouldn't be that flippant with
No.
with water, because water's a finite resource that you have to carry.
there. However, the T Aurora Trail, as an example, there's water everywhere,
All right,
especially on the South Island.
and you can just drink it, or you had a filter with you. Did you have one of those life straws?
Yeah, to filter it.
Yeah.
But the real commodity was toilet paper. So in that situation, it would be better, Tom, to
Yeah,
carry a
100%.
little bidet.
Yeah, yeah,
Because a few times I was getting short on toilet paper.
yeah.
I was thinking,
You have
what,
some
what
good,
T-shirt can I?
Nature shits.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dig a little hole.
You should have. I don't know if we've spoke about it as a free. I know me and Rob who spoke about it. Is the like pisses with a view Instagram page? or
Scenic
something.
pissing.
Scenic pisses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have done
Yeah,
that.
you should have submitted. Yeah. 'Cause-
What
Oh
we
yeah,
did
you well
do,
should have. You didn't do it. Yeah, you had some
Lynn.
sick pisses.
Well, Lynn, for some reason, she wanted to create a calendar of her pissing in the wild. So on our toilet, we've now got a calendar of all the pictures I took of Lynn having a piss on our on our
That's
trip.
good.
Is it actually in a calendar? You got a calendar printed?
Yeah. So I'll show you a photo.
Link in the
Somewhere.
description.
Yeah, you can. We could sell that actually. I'm sure she'd love that.
I mean, we could give it a go. Get even if just a couple sales.
But then she's going to want to cut, and
You can negotiate a one-time fee for like appearance.
But yeah, I should have done it. I should have taken pictures of me pissing. There's one video of me having a piss with like Mount Cook in the background.
A video, that's even better.
Send it in.
Yeah, 100% you can send that in.
Okay, I'll send that in.
So
Admit that.
we need to get on Scenic Pisses. We've tried to get on Stick Nation, Stick Reviews. Me and Rob are both unsuccessful so far.
I've also
Lashes and
submitted
Lots
to.
haven't
I have submitted to Scenic Pisses.
You have
but
submitted.
I've submitted to Scenic
unsuccessful.
Pisses, but unsuccessful. Yeah,
Oh,
Shit.
but it was
it's
just
a high standard.
yeah, it's a high standard. I think you got a good chance there, George. Though a mountain.
Okay.
Although to be fair, like I think they're kind of beyond just like a nice view of a mountain, aren't they? Now it's like there's so many of those.
Yeah.
You got to do something really stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just blend in. Yeah, I should have tried harder. I'm really sorry. I'll have to go back.
Yeah, you fucking. There's not one worth doing it now. What'd you do it for? That was a waste of fucking time. Didn't get a single Scenic Piss video. No, sorry, one Scenic Piss video. I'll take that back.
One, speaking of like bowel movements, when you're on the trail, a lot of times you just pooing in a hole or in long drops, like just a hole in the ground. And there's just a big pile of shit in there. And a lot of the food you're eating doesn't really agree with you. So I found myself still pooing, but I just had constipation for like a week or something, week and a half. And then when you get to town, obviously you find have a proper toilet at a campsite or whatever. And I was doing the biggest shits of my life on those days we got to town. It's like my body knew that there's a proper ceramic toilet there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm sure if you had weighed me mid-poo, if you could put me on a scale as I was pooing, you'd be able to see the weight dropping in real time. It was unbelievable. I've never known anything like it.
I bet you can get toilets that have scales in them, so you can do that. Like, I bet someone's made that while we're upgrading our toilet. So what we're gonna have a toilet that weighs you, so you can see how much your shits weigh technically. But I guess, and you'd have to be like, it'd be after like a little kid on the toilet, wouldn't you? They have to be taller so your legs constantly dangle. Otherwise, it's not weighing you, is it?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that like the weigh-in mechanism would just be inside the bowl. So when you're
that's
sitting
way better
on
than my
it's
idea,
not weighing you, but then when you just shit into the bowl,
that's
like,
all we're
that
interested in.
part
Yeah, I got convinced by I got stuck on George's idea of weighing yourself and checking the difference. That's not what you have to do. You just weigh your shit.
But
Absolutely.
you could do that with a Dutch toilet, because the toilets we probably spoke about this before when I first moved. They've got like a little shelf inside.
poo shelf. Yeah.
So you're saying you could just take the shit out and weigh it?
Well, no. You could build the scale into that shelf, because you're just shitting directly onto that shelf, basically. So you could build that so it is a scale. That's the perfect scenario.
So I've just found there's a guy on YouTube who's
Just
done
laughing
this.
at you. That's the perfect scenario. I wasn't like fully paying attention for a second. I'll be honest. Kind of drifted off. You talking about how good your toilet is at weighing your shit.
No, I fucking hate my toilet. I hate the fact it's a shelf.
Yeah, I don't. They have that in like Germany as well.
Yeah.
And,
Awful. I
Some
prefer
guy
a
on
hose
YouTube-
toilet to the Dutch toilet. There you go. I said it.
You prefer
made this guy made a toilet seat that weighs your poo, and he's done it the way that like you were thinking, Rob. He's basically put some sensors under his toilet seat, so when you're sitting on it, it's weighing you, and then it displays like a live readout of your poo.
I suppose even if it's like inaccurate because your feet are on the floor, you ain't trying to ascertain your weight. As long as it's the same weight that you're sitting on the... Is that right?
You would have to lift your...
You would have to lift your
feet
feet up, you
off,
think.
I think.
Yeah, but I suppose you could quite easily, wouldn't you? Just for that bit, for the calibration of it. Yeah, you don't have to do that twice. You wouldn't have to do that throughout the shit, would you? You lift your feet off, weigh, and then put them back down, do your business, lift off again after.
You could build some sort of like stirrups. You know, because they say that squatting is better for you, don't they?
Yeah, I was going to say that's also optimal. Yeah, your feet would have to be raised up.
So you could build some sort of stirrup system where your feet come up, and then you're in more of a squat position. So you're basically like hunched over, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's got some potential.
Well, you're saying you're sort of essentially like, what really you want? Fuck the toilet off, but you don't want to actually squat.
You're like this. Look, so you'd be like, hang on, I'm going to have to take my headphones off.
This is great. This is great podcast material, isn't it? Right,
yeah, great for audio only listeners. George has scooted to the back of his room and he's just sitting with his legs up. And do
you know what's funny? That's the first time I've seen your full body in maybe like, I don't know how long you been away. He can't hear us right now, can he? George, I was going to say that is the first time I've seen your like legs and like the rest of your body in like maybe a couple of years. Yeah. And it was really weird, to be honest. It was really weird seeing you like that. I was like...
No, just a torso normally.
I was aware, you're normally just a torso and a head. That's how you exist to me. That is the reality.
That room is so much bigger than I thought it was as well. I thought that wall behind you was like, you could just reach back and touch it. But then you just like, you push yourself back in your chair and it just kept going.
I could have gone further.
It's like one of those illusion rooms where like you look a lot smaller and bigger.
Do you like all the shit in the corner as well, just piled up?
Oh yeah,
that's good now. Now it's in focus. Yeah.
But did you see what I meant? You know, that kind of stirrup action.
Yeah. I think all the audio listeners can picture you just with your legs. Like you're trying to give birth, basically. But like,
and you could even, you know, have a pulley system where you pull with your arms and then your legs go up.
Yeah, that still doesn't, like, the whole purpose was that all of your weight is on the toilet seat, though. So
Yeah,
if
but
you
then
are
all your
using
weight would be,
stirrups or something that's
wouldn't
pulling
it?
you up.
As long as you're off of the floor.
That's a better way to do it, actually. You're just completely suspended and it's weighing you from the ceiling.
I was just, you beat me to that by a second. Yeah, that's the ultimate scenario. You're just floating there.
It's like Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, come down.
Yeah.
Because you could also be hung or hanged in the optimal pooing position.
Yeah.
As well as optimal weight.
Yeah, she come down.
And then the aligned laser for your bidet, exactly tepid, not too cold, not too hot.
Yeah, this is a little bit more expensive of a dream scenario than the £15 bidet.
Yeah, you kind of need to remodel your entire bathroom around it.
But let's just park that idea for now.
You've seen those toilet seats that clean themselves as well? They like spin around.
Yeah, that's levels.
No.
Yeah, I used one in Germany, like in a service station or something, and you flush the toilet and then the toilet seat just starts spinning and does like a 360, and like the back bit, like where the hinge is, has some kind of like cleaning mechanism in it, so you can piss all over the seat and then you flush and it just wipes it all off and does like a full little spin.
Yeah, it did it to me. I was at a customer's house.
Were you still sitting on it when it started rotating?
I wasn't, but I got up and it did freak me out. You know, it was all of a sudden, I was like, what the fuck's happening? I was like,
oh. So this person had like a smart, was it like a fully smart toilet?
It did all kinds of madness, heated you up, I suppose. Maybe, I think it was warm, and I think it's like the default setting was it was warm. Yeah, which is weird because, in your head you think it's,
but if you know that it's not,
it did feel different. Yeah, because it was that's normally an uneven warmth, isn't it? Unless you happen to be the exact same.
The
bum dimensions of them. There's always that you can almost feel the bum print.
Yeah,
by virtue of where is and isn't cold that you've like.
Yeah, awful. Yeah, I think I'd still be putting a little layer of tissue paper down, even with that self-cleaning.
And then do you get rid of the tissue paper? You can't clog up the mechanism if you're fucking...
What do you mean, clog up the mechanism?
Well, because then as it rotates...
No, I'd knock it in.
Yeah, I'd knock it in. What if you don't knock it in time then? It starts just rotating the second you stand up.
You've got to be quick. Got to be quick.
I did see a video. You might have seen the video. It's a video that you probably would have seen. Someone took a shit on the toilet seat and then flushed. Rotate. So then the toilet starts spinning around and the poo goes into the cleaning mechanism and basically just smudges the entire toilet seat.
What is wrong with people?
What is wrong with people?
Yeah.
And you know
we won't have that one up on the screen.
That's a man. There's no way a woman did that, is there? Let's be honest.
No, probably not.
Awful.
Although we all know about the phantom shitter. We talked about fan shit so many times, but that did also occur in an all-girls school. So unless there was a bloke getting in the toilets and taking the shit on the seat, which is not impossible, is it? But it's
unlikely.
I'm not sure which seems more. Like in my head, what feels more likely is that a bloke broke into an all-girls school, took a shit on the toilet seat lid, or the fact that a fucking girl would do it. Both are quite hard to believe.
Yeah. What, yeah, it's like, what's
this was in Essex,
razor? What is like the most likely?
Yeah,
I think
the Occam's razor actually is that it was a lie and it never happened in your girls' school.
Oh, yeah. So, I guess, you didn't have any evidence of this. You just heard rumours.
Hearsay.
Going through the all-boys school. That in the all-girls school, there was shit on the lid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably didn't happen.
Actually, no. This was when I was at college. It happened. So when I was at college, we then started hearing of it like spreading. Suppose that, but back in like schools as well. And then someone said it happened in the all girls school. We're like, no fucking way.
You worried about the all girls school?
Yeah. At the time, I didn't have the same kind of journalistic integrity, you know. So I wasn't going after the sources to make sure.
Didn't have a podcast back then.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so. It's been 23 minutes of poo talk. We've got that out of our system after not being together for a few months. We should probably talk about some weird news stories.
Oh, boring.
There's a lot of things that have happened the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a busy one.
Well, there's one thing I want to talk about. I think that's where you're like seems like you're segueing into.
What is that, Rob?
Well, like this madness of the Minecraft film.
Yeah, it is. We do need to talk. It is relevant news.
Yeah.
We are a news channel. We need to talk about what's.
And I wanted to understand. I've just seen videos of it.
Yeah,
you know, of people going mental in Minecraft, in cinemas rather, that are showing the Minecraft film, of them like in there with a live chicken and holding up a chicken, and everyone going like, "Wow," like writing, and then one with like someone setting off fireworks in it, like actually in the, which seems like crazy dangerous. Like it just looks crazy. Like it looks as crazy as you think it's going to be. Fireworks being set off inside the fucking cinema.
Okay, I've seen some crazy videos, but I haven't seen. I need to go looking because I haven't seen. I haven't seen ones that level. I've seen videos of like kids just throwing popcorn everywhere and screaming and throwing themselves down the stairs, like between the aisles. Just
I sort of understood that it was an escalation. I started to understand that, but the first one I saw was the live chicken in the thing, and I was like, "What?" And then by reading the comments, I seemed to gather that it was an escalation of whatever, but I couldn't work out why or like what the relevance was of. Is it just that they're taking the piss out of it?
I think so. I think a similar thing happened with like the Despicable Me movie. I think we spoke about that on here, where like it's like teenagers that sort of have this like attachment to whether it's like Despicable Me or Minecraft because they were like kids when it came out. Like in the same way, I guess we're all slightly different ages, but like, you know, I was a kid when like Finding Nemo came out. So when Finding Nemo 2 came out and it was like 15 years later, there was still, you know, 20-year-olds going to the cinema and watching it because it's like, oh, I want to know what happens in like the second one. Same with like Toy Story, right? It was Toy Story 1 and 2 in like the 90s and the 2000s. And then Toy Story 3 came out ages ago. So there's still like all these teenagers that love it. So obviously Minecraft has been around long enough. If
there was like a Power Rangers film, I would go and see it.
But would you take a live chicken?
So yeah, Despicable Me, I remember got like loads of it just got memed a lot, and like the way things obviously work with TikTok is everyone kind of like tries to one up each other, and people were showing up, like the whole school would show up all dressed the same, like to go watch the film. And I think with Minecraft, in Minecraft you can put a saddle on, I think, any animal and ride the animal. So you can put a saddle on a pig, saddle on a cow, saddle on a chicken. And it's called Chicken Jockey when you put a saddle on a chicken and ride the chicken. And I don't know how big of a part of the game it was. I don't think it was that big of a meme before, but there's a scene in the film, and I haven't seen the film, so I don't know, but like
I've also seen the cut of this bit, because
it seems like there's some kind of like epic battle happening. There's a fight, and then Jack Black says "Chicken Jockey," and the chicken's there with a saddle. That's as much as I know, really.
It sounds so old.
Wasn't that like that was the clip that started all of this chaos, wasn't it? I guess because
that's
maybe like you say, Tom, like that clip happened, and obviously kids were reacting, going crazy, like screaming, blah, 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 blah. And then over time, people have just, started just doing stupid shit just to try and get clicks or views on TikTok and shit.
Yeah, I think like when the film was first screening, the whole... It's one of those films that's like looks like a very overstimulating film. It's meant to be like ridiculous and stupid. So when it was getting to like these fight scenes or like a reveal that it's Jack Black. There's a bit I saw where he's like, I am Steve. Steve is like the guy you play as in Minecraft. And it's just like this, he like saves them from something and then he goes, I'm Steve. And everyone in the crowd goes, yeah, Steve. And like everyone's whooping and stuff. So it looks like an awful cinema experience. But that's how it started. And then Chicken Jockey was one of those moments that was like a whooping, cheering moment. And yeah, people have just been escalating. So first of all, just throwing popcorn around, whooping, just jumping all over the place. And it's like groups of like 20, 30, like 17-year-olds, I guess. And they're all trying to like just do the most ridiculous thing for the video. I hadn't seen people bringing live chickens in.
Yeah, somehow they get a live chicken
That's
into
impressive.
the theatre, yeah.
Yeah.
Must be annoying, like, for
the chicken.
for the chicken, definitely. But also for, families, like, with young kids that are genuinely excited
that's what a lot
to
of
watch.
people were saying in the thing, yeah.
But then also imagine being a parent being dragged along to watch the Minecraft movie. I always remember when the Pokemon movie came out.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad...
That's a better comparison because we were probably quite a bit older when the Pokemon movie came out, weren't we, really?
I don't know. Because Matt must have been in like 99 or something, 2000, something like that.
I bet it was way later than you think it was.
But I remember being quite young, and my dad and my uncle took me and Sam Brown, my cousin, to go and see the Pokemon movie.
You were right, it's 2000, by the way.
I just remember, I think my dad must have been so fucking bored. He had no idea what Pokemon was. Like, no concept.
So bored, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he probably fell asleep during the film. I can't really remember. But it's the same thing. Like, imagine being a parent, having no fucking clue what Minecraft is, taking your kid to see the Minecraft movie, and there's just all this chaos. At least with the Pokemon movie, there wasn't all this chaos going on in the cinema all around you. Or maybe there was. Maybe in the US there was.
Yeah, I think I did see some Reddit posts of people like, I brought my kid to see this, and it was just like chaos, shit being thrown everywhere. What can you do?
Apparently it's made a lot of money though. So is it all part of a some sort of PR campaign?
Well, I did see and I saw this about, how long have we been recording? 32 minutes. I saw this about 33 minutes ago. It was like an interview with one of the producers or the director. And he was almost like, he just said, I think it's funny. I've seen the clips. Every time someone sends me one, I love it. And maybe that isn't like the best thing to say.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have just said it when people were shouting,
chucking popcorn, which is just And
Mm-hmm.
in America, is it true that, I mean, I guess this just shows that it is, but like you always see stuff, American cinemas depicted as a little more like interactive. People laugh out loud, people clap.
Yeah.
Like,
which
you
is
wouldn't get that
all fucking awful. I don't want to be a part of any of that.
Yeah, in Britain, obviously people laugh out loud. We'll just sit in the cinema in silence. But I mean more of like the clapping and stuff, and like there seems a bit more of that.
I remember I saw Avengers Endgame the day it came out, and it was insane. Like, I remember going to the cinema. I went to the brewery in Romford, and they've got like 14. They've got like 14 screens. Enough, right? Every single one of them was showing Avengers. There was no other films on, and there was a new showing every 15 minutes. So that's a lot, right? We hadn't pre-booked. We go up there, and it was like shoulder to shoulder people up. You go up the escalator, and like it was just rammed. And I'm assuming you guys have been there, but maybe you haven't.
I've been there, yeah.
And we spoke to the lady selling tickets. She was like, oh yeah, the next showing is in like 3 hours. So they had like 14 screens. Like, there was a new showing every 15 minutes, and it was fully booked for like 3 hours.
Crazy.
So we bought our ticket and just went to the pub, and then came back like 3 hours later. We kind of expected like that might be the case. And every, there's a lot of moments of like someone nearly dying, someone saving a day, all that kind of shit. People were whooping and like gasps out loud, and like when there was like somebody winning the scene where Captain America picks up the hammer, everyone's like, whoa, like
everyone's
clapping.
into it, were they?
And I was a bit more okay with it, because it's like, okay, this is like 12 years or whatever of like build up, and it is like a big moment. But I don't know if it was there's less at stake, like maybe I felt like less immersed, I would have been kind of pissed off. And I remember like the only other time I've experienced something like that is, I think it was the first Paranormal Activity film. And there was so much, I don't know if you remember how much hype there was around Paranormal Activity when it came out. Like, all of the adverts were saying, this is the scariest film ever. People are passing out in the cinema.
Yeah.
It was like when I guess like before that, what Blair Witch had like a mad thing like that, but like before our time. And I remember going to see Paranormal Activity, and people were terrified. I remember people not like scream. It was uncontrolled, like screaming, like genuine scared, like rather than just like trying to do it for attention.
There's a lot of jump scares and stuff.
Yeah. And that was good because I guess it makes you feel more like you're in it together with like a scary film.
Yeah, I had that with the Conjuring. I went to see the Conjuring at the cinema, and there was people like screaming and crying during that.
Yeah, scary films are probably the best.
I was one of them.
As long as people aren't being, I think some people do it to
obnoxiously.
Yeah. Oh shit!
I think it has had a positive impact for the film because the Minecraft movie is currently at $551 million earnings at the box office.
Wow.
$500 million.
And they'll stick it round. It'll be like that's proper well. They'll be all translated, won't it, in all different countries. And,
oh yeah. I wonder what Chicken Jockey, whether they keep that English. You know, like some things you just can't translate. It's so sacred, such a sacred phrase.
You mentioned Pokemon. Well, Nintendo was in the news recently. Of course, it's been a big couple of weeks for Nintendo. They've announced the Switch 2, and they've also enlisted the Rizzler as a official partner of Nintendo.
What does that mean?
All right, boomer.
Well, you know the Rizzler.
No,
we've spoken about the Rizzler on the podcast, haven't we?
He rizzes.
That's that, isn't it? Was it?
Boom.
Have I seen this? You talk about this with me?
Yeah,
I don't think we have spoken about.
I'm sure we've spoken about. Was it AJ, the Rizzler, and what's the dad called?
The Cosco Guys.
Cosco Guys.
No, what are you talking about? How'd you spell this? Because obviously I'm just getting fucking Rizzler.
Not the paper.
Yeah,
like
skins
Riz, like you've got Riz, but you are, you know.
Just search the Rizzler.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see him. I've never seen this in my life. You must have spoke about this when I wasn't here.
I don't think we have even spoke about it.
I'm sure we must have spoken about the Cosco Guys.
Yeah. Okay. This is a bit like that old reply all bit where yes, no, where one guy is completely out of the loop and then the other guy has to try and explain every aspect of this. And I think there's probably quite a few people that maybe don't know who the Rizzler is and who the Cosco Guys are.
Deep breath, too, right?
The Cosco Guys are some people on TikTok who go to Costco and then they review like the food in Costco and mostly the food. I think some other things. And they're very loud and they're very like animated and energetic. It's like a dad. Is it his dad and two boys, I think?
Yeah. AJ. Big Justice is known as. Big Justice.
Big Justice. That's it. Yeah.
And the Rizzler.
I don't know the dad's name.
Yeah, I think he's got a nickname as well.
Yeah. And then there's two very overweight kids that are AJ, Big Justice.
I have seen at least one of their videos now that you're describing it, yeah.
And they'll eat the whatever it is, eat a slice of pizza, eat a Costco chicken wing, whatever, and then be like, we rate that. And I think they just rate it out of 5, right? And it'll be like, we rate that 3 out of 5.
3 booms out of 5.
Boom. Yeah, 3 booms out of 5.
Yeah,
5 booms is best. And they like flex their muscle and go boom to the camera.
Yeah.
The Rizzler is the youngest of the 3.
Okay.
And he became known as the Rizzler for his for his Riz, I guess. Like
unmatched Riz. What does he do? He does that, doesn't he? Goes up.
I can see a picture of him right now doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for listeners, I guess like as like the thinker would on his chin, like if you're pondering something and you're like holding your chin,
pondering how best to Riz,
but also like kind of that, but also kind of like the little when people used to like do the little gun shape against their chin, like what's that called? But he like smolders to the camera while like stroking his chin. He's like, giving this look to the camera. So he became known as the Rizzler. He's best known for his Riz face, an expression where he squints his eyes while stroking his chin and pursing his lips. what the? Oh, this is okay. He was born in New Jersey on April 19th, 2016. It's coming up for his 9th birthday.
Oh my god.
That's the Rizzler.
Why are we talking about the Rizzler, by the way? I don't know how we've got onto the Rizzler.
Nintendo have enlisted the Rizzler as an official partner.
Oh, right.
So,
I forgot that is where we came from. What the fuck? How? So how? Why?
Yeah. There's the article. Well, they need to sell more Nintendos. So
yeah, but why is this the guy to?
Yeah, I mean,
or is this like this is one that's been picked out, but there are many? Is he just like essentially sponsored one of these videos kind of thing, and they're sponsored?
Yeah, so he joins a list of celebrities such as Brie Larson, Kenan Thompson, Sabrina Carpenter, and then of course the Rizzler.
Wait a minute, Tom. Did you know that Big Justice and the Rizzler are not related? I always thought that it was a father and two sons.
I didn't know that. I didn't.
As we speak, my mind is being blown live on the podcast.
Well, I didn't know because I did ask you a minute ago. Is it a dad and two sons?
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
yeah. So, I've just looked up. So AJ and Big Justice is the father and son, and then the Rizzler is a collaborator. They bring the Rizzler in. It's like it's a bit like Marvel, cinematic universe.
Okay, yeah. Because it did say that
in.
he first gained attention in 2023 when a video of him wearing a Black Panther Halloween costume went viral. So that's where he got his fame. And now, so I guess he's flogging Nintendos now. There's basically a video of him in like a living room just sitting and playing the Switch, and then he does like some pre-recorded lines about how cool Donkey Kong Country.
You said that like that was like me talking about Minecraft there.
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Right.
Is Rizzler approved, apparently.
Rizzler stamp.
Today I learned many things just now, and my life feels no better for it.
Yeah, I think that you should start watching AJ and Big Justice, the Cosco Guys.
I kind of might. Yeah, I'll tell you what I've been watching lately. If you're sending me the Rizzler and Big Justice, I'm gonna send back to you. I've been watching this Wine Sommelier. Pour wine. Anyone been seeing that? Or is that just my algorithm? Sometimes I don't know how far these things spread, but yeah, it just started coming up for me. And he's like,
wine guy that I see on Instagram is Brian, the Naked Attraction guy who came on.
Oh yeah,
the podcast.
Friend of the pod.
Episodes ago.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, and he's a qualified sommelier.
Is he?
Quite often I'll see him drinking wine.
Yeah, nice.
That's
this is a guy from like I think he's in Las Vegas, but he's in some swanky restaurant, and he's does like a point of view, and you see him like opening the bottle and like talking about it, and he loves it as well. He proper loves it, and it'll be like a 1,000-pound bottle that he's opening, and it'll be like some fucking many years old thing, sometimes really old, last bottle of it, and he like has to decant it, and he's like, I think it'll need decanting, like the idea is like when he says, have a taste, let me know if you want me to decant it. Like imagine being like that fucking buying a $2,000 bottle of wine and being like, yes, I think actually that would benefit from decanting.
Bit spenny.
If I had that kind of money, would I spend it on wine? I don't know. But
the
anyway,
only wine
got to splash out for a bidet first.
Yeah,
you could get a wine bidet if he was rich enough.
Ridiculous.
The only one YouTube channel I watched was a guy, he's also a sommelier, and he purposely opens really old bottles like that are found in shipwrecks and shit to test them out. He's got like an interesting way of opening because obviously all the corks, I guess after a certain age, the cork is like...
Yeah, this guy has to do cork stuff, but obviously, in a shipwreck even more so.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I can't remember the name of the channel now, but some of those are pretty interesting, like 600-year-old bottles that are found in like a castle or something.
Yeah, I want to check. I need to see that now. I'm really into that idea, please. So.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
I'll send you that and the Cosco Guys, both on the same level intellectually.
That's my night sorted. I'll be straight into that.
Oh yeah, what have you been reading about this week, George?
Well, I really hope there's something coming because I spotted it, and if it isn't coming, I'm going to be really shocked.
No, I don't. I tell you what, I'm willing to bet that I haven't got what you think.
Ah, okay. Well, then maybe I've got one to bring. I just assumed that you would, so we'll save that.
Well, funny enough, mine's a segue from Pokemon. Completely unplanned.
I'm glad you segued that when we were talking about Pokemon.
I know.
10 minutes or so later, but good segue nonetheless.
It's just stupid. This is just a stupid story. It kind of shows...
unlike our usual...
On this podcast.
Yeah.
So this is a story that showcases how some people just have too much money. So the story, that the headline is, "This flaming hot Cheeto is shaped like a Pokemon Charizard." It just sold for nearly $90,000 at auction.
Yeah.
90,000 US dollars. I'm hoping that you haven't already spoken about this in my
No. I just saw it and thought about it. Thought about bringing it in.
Saw it and thought about it.
Well, I didn't go as far as even reading the thing, so yeah.
So that's unlike you.
Please don't even bring it.
Yeah, so this is basically a Cheeto, which is just like a knick-knack, isn't it? Like a crisp or a potato chip.
It's more like a what's it.
A what's it, sorry. So yeah, it's just like a what's it that is shaped kind of like Charizard. It's a bit like the classic Jesus in a piece of toast and all those
okay. I thought is it?
I'll send you the link now.
Yeah, I just looked at it. I thought it was intentionally shaped like a Charizard, but this is just coincidentally.
It's just coincidence, yeah.
Okay,
Just
that's
mad.
more.
Yeah, it is mad.
I thought Cheetos had just made one that shapes like Charizard, and then someone's resold it. But this is just someone's pulled it out of the bag and gone, "Wow,
apparently so."
Charizard.
Yeah, unless there's some swindling going on that we don't know about. But this has been dubbed Cheetozard. Brilliant. And it resembles an orange dragon-like figure known as Charizard from the popular Japanese franchise. So it was originally bought on eBay for $350 in 2019. Since then, it looks like it's been put onto like a fake Pokemon card. Or it's not even like a full card. It's just
it's like in a case. And
it's got like
around it.
Cheetozard, HP level, blah, blah, blah.
It's really badly done, isn't it? They could have put a bit more effort into that to make it look like Pokemon cards.
When I first saw the image, I was scrolling down thinking, there's going to be the rest of the Pokemon cards. They might have done like a fake
like
ability or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty. I wouldn't pay 90,000 for that. Let's put it that way. But yeah, so that's basically the story.
It does really look like Charizard, though.
Yeah, it is
mad,
weird. It is quite weird. Would you pay $90,000 for it though? I'm not too sure.
No,
I wouldn't. It's probably gone stale.
Yeah.
2019.
It looks kind of like an intestine as well. Like you ain't like. It's not like a nice thing to put on like your wall, is it? Like display proudly on your wall. I think it looks like a large intestine.
I think it's like, what are the chances that the person who got this out the bag happens to like look at the Cheeto for long enough to like assess what does this look like?
Yeah, that's true.
Also be enough of like a Pokemon fan to recognize that's Charizard and also like decide to keep it. And I was thinking, how many things have we eaten that could look exactly like something? Like how many times have I burnt something into a bit of toast but just not looked at that side? Or like I just hadn't seen it. Like maybe a trained eye would have seen that this is like a perfect copy of something.
I was going to say, maybe it's how many times, like you're saying it like it's not, like a spiritual experience that some people say, how many times has Jesus appeared to you on a piece of toast and you've just not noticed and spread butter all over his face and ate it?
Yeah.
Like, or little Jesus.
Like, yeah, not just saying that. How many times have you you could have mistakenly identified, how many times has it actually happened? Because it actually happens with these people. He appears himself.
But does that only happen with Jesus? Like, is this...
Well, no, Charizard as well, sometimes. Yeah. Or you're saying, or is that in fact the devil? Because it could have easily been that, actually, isn't it? Isn't it interesting, actually, that someone said Charizard? Someone could have easily said this is Lucifer himself. Easily.
Yeah.
I bet you can find a drawing up of Lucifer that looks like that.
It's just more fun as a Charizard, as a Cheetos.
It is much more fun as a Cheetos, yeah.
It's probably more marketable.
It is more marketable. That's true.
It's actually massive as well. Have you seen the? There's a video in the link I showed you from Instagram. It's actually massive. Like you think a Cheeto.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
I mean, it looks big. It might just be sort of the perspective making it look bigger, but I can't imagine pulling that out of a crisp bag.
Oh, yeah. That is bigger than I thought. I thought it was like the size of a thumb or something. But
Yeah, I mean,
like it's the size
for viewers, it looks like it's probably...
Thought you were just doing a fucking hand action there. I was like,
Yeah, I was trying to
you were for viewers. Sorry, I thought it was,
Yeah, it's probably like...
Well, the viewers will be able to see the video, so you don't need to show them.
Oh, yeah, true.
Show them with your hands.
Whoa, shit.
But it's big. It's at least bigger than a normal Cheeto. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's about the size of a Tupperware box.
I imagine that would be like a large bag. Like for us, like maybe at least a grab bag was what they were expecting them to be. You know, a full bag of them, and instead of a full bag of them, it's one of that. You know, something's gone funny in the manufacturing process. So I reckon if you had that packet, you'd already be on like high alert for something weird to be inside, because you'd sort of feel that it wasn't you'd be like, oh, this feels weird. Why is this isn't like a regular pack of Cheetos? And so I reckon you'd already be on high alert to be like, I wonder what this is going to look like.
Yeah. Like Watsits are very uniform. Like they're all kind of the same shape. And I'm looking at Cheetos here, and they are a little bit, like you said, knickknacks earlier. I think they are like shaped a bit more like knickknacks, where they're sort of a bit lumpy and bumpy. And
I've just seen at the bottom of this news story, because there's not much else to talk about. It just well, it does mention the final price, but as part of that final price, I think it was $72,000 plus $15,840 in fees. I mean, that makes me feel sick, paying that much just in fees.
That's crazy, isn't it? Wasn't it
I hate it when
sold
there's
on
like a £2 delivery fee?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it sold on like Golden Auctions? Is that what it says?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So there's a TV show, a Netflix show, and it's called like The Golden Touch, and it's about the guy running that auction company. So I guess this is going to have been featured on the latest series,
probably,
and that sort of hyped it up. And yeah, so I'm interested to see that. It's one of those, like, it's sort of like a guilty pleasure, I suppose. Watching that show is trash, but like just something kind of, and he's fucking bellend as well. To be honest, he's just like a proper American like millionaire guy, you know, like. The sort of people you see on those like secret millionaire shows, they're kind of generally pricks, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think he's maybe even a billionaire. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Whatever. Enough about that prick.
On a lighter note, this isn't the first time that a beloved icon has been found in Cheeto's bag.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So at the bottom of the article, it says that in 2017, a flaming hot Cheeto. I don't know if. I guess this is also a flaming hot Cheeto. But in 2017, a flaming hot Cheeto that looked like Harambe, a friend of the podcast, Harambe, that glorious 2016 icon. A Cheeto that looked like Harambe was sold for $99,900 on eBay.
Wow.
Which is crazy. There was also one that looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger that is currently on eBay, and one that looks like Godzilla.
How much are they going for on eBay?
Oh, the Arnie one at the moment is the current price is $20,000 or best offer, but the condition is
no
new.
one's made a bid yet.
Yeah,
Or best offer.
I don't know about the. Let's have a look at the Godzilla.
Is it preserved in a similar fashion, in like the sort of vacuum seal?
It doesn't look like it. It's just sort of out on the.
It's just out and about, is it?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's just
The Godzilla one does not look anything like Godzilla. It's just a big lump. And they've put photos of Godzilla on the eBay listing to try and like convince you that it is like, it does look like Godzilla, but it still doesn't.
I mean, the Arnie one kind of looks like the Arnie pose, you know, when he's doing his muscles. Doing his muscles.
Doing his muscles.
Yeah, that Godzilla one is atrocious, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'll be going to America in a few months, so I'm gonna be buying up Cheetos and seeing what I can.
Arnold one is
see if
so
I can,
shit.
make my money back.
Yeah, please do that.
On the news story about the Harambe Cheeto, just for your reference, Tom, it says at the end of the article that an 8.3 ounce bag of Cheetos Crunchy Flaming Hot retails for $2.50 at Target.
Not bad.
So just so you know.
Yeah. If it's
But, I mean, this was in 2017, so I doubt it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did the
Probably
Harambe one
$15.
actually sell, did you say, or not?
Yeah, for just under $100,000.
No, fuck off. Was it like for raise money or something?
For raise money?
For Harambe, I don't know.
I bet it's one of those things where it's sold and then the buyer didn't actually buy it. That can happen quite a lot on eBay, right? He said it got 132 bids. And then, it finished at $99,900. Whether it actually...
I don't know, yeah.
It's quite small, that one, as well, isn't it? That's one Cheeto, like that, or a couple. That's not like the whole bag's gone fucked, like the Charizard.
Oh, there's also, on eBay right now, there's a rare Godzilla Flaming Hot Cheeto with a price of $1 million, which is even worse than the other
There's
one.
definitely ones. It's like when you look up a coin. You ever done that? You know, you get like a cool looking 50p and you're like, oh, I wonder if it's worth something. You ever done that?
I reckon.
Yeah, and you look it up and there's some cunt selling it for like 400 quid. And then like just trying it on. And I think, well, maybe some people do. Some of them are worth like maybe a little bit more than 50p. And you always see a one for like up for like 70 quid. And then maybe like ones that are lesser prices. So maybe the lesser prices ones seem more believable. But
I think quite often you get like
nonsense.
rare ones that go for like 20 quid or so.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it. I don't think you get many that are in the hundreds.
No, but I think whenever there is one that's like 20 quid, you also see at least one listing for it for like 400 quid. So maybe it makes the 20 quid seem like a steal.
Clever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a great place to end it. That is Curio episode 121. Bidets, poo,
Godzilla,
Minecraft,
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Cheetos.
Cheetos. We give that episode of Curio 5. Boom! 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 Boom!